I'm speaking, we're Caucasian Jewish people, and now you have people in Africa saying that they're the real people of Israel. It can't be ruled out at all. We know they were sold into slavery. We know now that they're fulfilling prophecies by saying, we're coming back. We want to rejoin the nation.
Because I know people. He blessed Ham and his sons, making them dark like the raven. Ham was blacker than Shem, but Shem was black. Ham was darker. Go ahead. Let's look at Japheth. And he gave them as an inheritance the coast of the sea. He blessed Japheth and his sons, making them entirely white. This is their book, family. Write it down. This is their book.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way every day, every time. Now, there's a video I want to show you of a Jew Rabbi accepting the fact the identity of Black Americans. You know, there is a lot of history that we have been hidden from as a Black people, that they don't want us to know about the history of Black people. You know, the problem we did as a Black people is that we did not write our own history. So our history is written by someone else and they're hiding it from us. But the truth is, the true Jews of the Bible are Black people. And a lot of people saying that they are Black Americans. First of all, I want you to watch this video of this Jew Rabbi, and then we'll come back again and talk about it.
Africa has perhaps hundreds of millions of people with this identity right now of being from the people of Israel. Does that mean they were from the 10 tribes? Likely not. We were taught by the historians and within our own traditions that when the Romans conquered Judea, a few hundred years after that the tribes of Israel went into exile, perhaps millions of Judeans were sold into slavery, into Africa, into Rome, deep into Africa. And if you look now, you're seeing people who are most likely the descendants of those slaves who kept true. I like to bring up a few specific examples because they're going to be game changers. One of them wrote letters to Israel when it became a state. And they said, we're Israelites out in Africa. You know, everyone laughed at them and they said, African Israelites, these people are just trying to jump on the first world country bandwagon. They're living in a third world country. They got nothing. We're coming to Israel. We got innovation, technology. So they're trying to get on this train because there's such a thing called the right of return. All descendants of the Jewish people from around the world are able to move to Israel. So they said we are also. And everyone kind of laughed at them, like I said. And a few people took it serious and went out there and started studying them, learned about their culture. And a professor from Duke University went out there and did DNA testing on them. And he showed not only do they share Semitic genes from people who were in Yemen and back to the Middle East, these gentlemen, a large percent of them, have the Y chromosome to be Kohanim, to be priests. Now, if anyone who doesn't know, a priest is a specific family clan of the nation of Israel who come from Aaron, the brother of Moses, who was the first priest. And anyone descended from Aaron has the status title priest. And we found that these men in this village in South Africa called Lemba, L-E-M-B-A, carry this genetic marker to let us know that they share the same as from the Sephardic and the Ashkenaz and the population of the people in Israel today. They share the same exact DNA marker. That's mind-blowing. So everyone kind of got humbled a little bit who laughed at them and said, now what? Now what do we do about this? This could have tremendous implications. Another area in Africa you have something big happening is in Nigeria. You have the Igbo people, or Igbo, pronounced either way. There's 40 million of them, also Christians, like I spoke about before, how that could happen to the children of Israel very easily. But also a lot of them are now coming out and converting back or adopting the rules of the Torah without all the paganism that they've been practicing for hundreds of years. There's been books written about it from scholars in Nigeria, from scholars from the Jewish people. And where it gets interesting is, in America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. You know, so what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is, most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today who are white, Caucasian people came in a little bit later on. We know that some of the greatest sages of the transmission of the Torah were converts from Rome. You have a man named Onkelos who wrote a commentary on the Torah, unprecedented, that we still learn today. He was a convert. Some of the largest pillars on the transmission today were Roman converts. So here we are, we're Caucasian Jewish people, and now you have people in Africa saying that they're the real people of Israel. It can't be ruled out at all. We know they were sold into slavery. We know now that they're fulfilling prophecies by saying, we're coming back. We want to rejoin the nation.
Because I know people are waiting for this information, so I'm going to get this to them. This is right here about the text. So this is when it was composed, okay, during the time of 630 C and 1030 CE. Okay, this is the history this is how old it goes back. And this is what the Jewish people use today. All right, so now we're going to go to Perkei Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer is one of their most revered rabbis in their Talmudic literature. Okay? All right, so we're going to go to, contents, chapter 24. Okay, so chapter 24. So again, remember, Sepharia, Perkei, the Rabbi Eliezer, chapter 24. We're going to go to chapter 24, and it talks about Nimrod and the Tower of Babel. Nimrod and the Tower of Babel. We're going to read it in English first, and then I'm going to read it for y'all in Hebrew. I'm going to enlarge it. Okay, Brother Logic, can you start to read, please? Again, the Rabbi Eliezer, Pirkei, Rabbi Eliezer, paragraph or section 24, Nimrod in the Tower of Babel. Write this down, family. Write it down. Okay, important. All right.
Nimrod in the Tower of Babel. Noah brought his sons and his grandsons, and he blessed them with their several settlements, and he gave them as an inheritance all the earth. He especially blessed Shem and his sons.
He especially blessed Shem. Now this is about who we are. They want to say anti-Semitic, right? Read, go ahead.
He especially blessed Shem and his sons, making them dark but comely. And he
blessed them, not making them, we're going to read it in Hebrew, to be what?
Dark but comely.
Dark but comely. And
he gave them the habitable earth. He blessed Ham and his sons, making them dark like the raven.
Ham was blacker than Shem, but Shem was black. Ham was darker. Go ahead. Let's look at Japheth.
And he gave them as an inheritance the coast of the sea. He blessed Japhet and his sons, making them entirely white.
This is their book, family. Write it down. This is their book. Shem is black. Ham is dark black, and Japheth is white.
That's right.
So says the rabbis that they go by, and these were written for the time of our ancestors in Babylon, y'all. So we're going to show you. First, I want to show y'all the word in Strong, Shakor, 7835. This is why they don't want us knowing Hebrew, y'all. Okay. All right. Okay, so now it's on the screen. Let me see if I can enlarge it. I might not be able to with this, but this is what we're looking at, okay? 87835 on the screen. Shakar, a primitive fruit through the idea of duskiness or early dawn to be dim or dark in color. But what does it mean here, family? What does it say? To be black. To be black. To be black. Shakor means that you are black. Okay?
Yes.
The letters are Sheen, Kaf, and Resh. Shakor. Three. That's the root. Sheen, Kaf, Resh. Okay. If it's plural, if it means many people are black, it would be Shakorim. Sheen, K, Resh, Yod, Mephofi. But commonly, no, it says he made them black and beautiful. Black and beautiful is what it says, not dark and comely. Black and beautiful. All right, so now let's read it in Hebrew. All right, Barak Lashem, and he blessed Shem, Ulbanayawa, and his sons, Shekorim, to be black, of this word here. So he made Shem and his sons black with Naim. Naim means pleasant, comely, beautiful. Let's show them Naim. We have on the word on the screen here, Hebrew word 5,000, Nahweh. Nahweh means to be suitable or beautiful, to be comely or seemly. Okay, that means to be beautiful, attractive, fair to look upon. Naim, all right, means to be beautiful. All right, so Shekorim with Naim, black and beautiful. So this is what we're reading. Again, we're reading from the Talmud, all right? We are in, let me show you the chapter 24, right? Of Rabbi de Eliezer, chapter 24, okay? Nimrod in the Tower of Babel. This is how you spell Ham in Hebrew, Chet Mem. And to Ham, Ubaniah, and to his children, Shekorim Ke-Orev. He is black like a raven. So the Hamites were jet black. Shem is black. Ham is jet black. Okay? What Han-Hilam, and they shall inherit Kuf, Hayam, the edge of the sea. Barak le-Yafet. This is how we say Japhet in Hebrew, Yafet. So the blessing for Japhet, Ubaniah, and to his children, Kulam Libane. So they would be white. This is how you say white in Hebrew. I'm going to show y'all. Lavan. This is the root, okay? Lamed Beit Nun, to be white. Okay? Lavan, to be white. Okay, Lavan is white, so Libane, okay? Well, Yahweh. Okay, so let's read that. He blessed Japhet and his sons, making them entirely white. And he gave them for an inheritance the deserts and the fields. These are the inheritances with which he endowed them. Let me show you again the site. We are on Sepharia. This is where Living Library of Torah. Sepharia is home to 3,000 years of Jewish texts. We are a nonprofit organization offering free access to text, translations, and commentaries so that everyone, that means us too, right? So that everyone can participate in the ongoing process of studying, interpreting, and creating Torah.
Welcome back. Now, this is a Jew admitting about the identity of black people. Black people are so powerful. Black people, we have all it takes, you know. And when we talk about black people, when we talk about black Americans, the true Jews of the Bible are black Americans. The true Jews of the Bible are black Americans. And a lot have been hidden from black people. A lot have been hidden from black Americans because we did not write our own history, as I said earlier. But all in all, we as black people, we are starting now to know the truth about ourselves. And the one thing the white people doesn't want us to know, or the white supremacy they don't want us to know, is know the truth about our own identity. They don't want us to know about our true identity. They don't want us to know about where we came from. They don't want us to know about everything surrounding the black people, because they know very well that black people are superior. They know very well that black people are the Jews. They know very well that Jesus was a black person. So, or Jesus is black, not was a black, but is black. But they came out with this narrative of white Jesus. They came up with this narrative of white supremacy. They came up with this narrative of white privilege. And they told us that we are the slaves. We are filthy as black people. So in our mind, we have been corroded. In our brain, we have been brainwashed by all this history that were brought unto us. It is not the real thing that we are reading. But few of the white people who are opening up their mind, they know the truth. They know who is the real Jesus. They know what is the true identity of black people. They know who is the first person in the face of the earth. Black people were the first people on the face of the earth. And this it is evident when we see the strength of black people, you know. Black people are strong. Black people can live anywhere. Black people can live under any circumstances, under any condition, whether it is too rainy, whether it's too sunny, whether it's too cold, you know. So black people being the first people of in the face of the earth, it is evidence. But all in all, let's talk about how our mind is being colonized. Let's talk about how we are being brainwashed. Let's talk about how they are trying each and every day to hide the truth from us. And that's why we are telling a lot of people to learn the history. Read the true history. Don't depend on just watching on TVs and everything, because we will be lied and there's nothing we can do about it. Now, they have made black people to think of we are just poor, like poverty and blackness is the same thing. They have made black people to think that we are cursed. They have made black people only to think about crime. When you talk about crime, crime is everywhere. In the United States of America, there is crime. White people, they get engaging themselves into crime. But you cannot be told that. They have made us to believe that crime is associated with black people only, that white people are very holy, simply because Jesus is from white people. So if Jesus is from the white people, these guys cannot be unholy. So these guys are holy. That's what they have made us to believe. If we own Jesus, Mother Mary, Father Mary, you know, if we own all this as white people, that when we go somewhere else, we build the infrastructure, we conquer, we take over, and black people are our slaves. So even those Arabs or, you know, white Indians or anybody who has brown skin thinks that he is superior to people who have dark skin. Right now we have something like colorism. Now colorism is in between black people. Now we are all black, but because my skin is a little bit, you know, my skin tone is brown and yours is black, I see you as a filthy person. I see you as a dirty person, because our mind is full of corruption. Our mind was invaded and they took over our mind, and they made sure that all we think is that we cannot go past this. All they think as black people is that we cannot manage to take over. We cannot manage to be great people. We cannot manage to build good houses. We cannot manage to be good leaders. We cannot manage to be, simply because you are black. Now, take example when you go to advertisements, when they are picking actors and actresses, they only look for brown skin girls, white skin girls, you know, brown skin boys and girls. If you are black, you don't get a chance in that advertisement. And if you get a chance, they will apply some makeups to you so that you look like a brown person or a white person. That's how they have made us believe that we as black people, we don't have any identity, or we don't have any, as we cannot sit on the table with them. And that's why they have hidden the history of true Jews from us. They have hidden the history of true Jesus from us. They have hidden the history of black Americans from us. The history that they have presented to us is only about slavery, that black people were slaves. They worked on the farms, they worked on sugarcane farms, and they, washing cars for the white people. The only history that they have put in front is about the negative side of black people. It's so hard to be given a history of a black person who invented one thing. They don't want us to know that black people have invented things. Black people invented this, black person invented this, black person invented this. All they give to us, and people are reading about it, and white children are reading it, is about the slavery of black people. And again, as black people, we are reading in school about slavery. And each time we read about slavery, we think of ourselves to be slaves. Now, this is a system that have been brought and have been built in a certain web that we cannot remove ourselves from this web unless we unite as black people and we accept that we need to change, and we accept that we need to be one thing so that we can win this one. So a lot of white people have come forward and accepted the fact that Jesus is black, accepted the fact that Jews, true Jews of the Bible, or true Hebrews of the Bible are black people, accepted the fact that black people were the first people on the face of the earth. A lot of white people have come forward and accepted that. So that means that we are going on the right direction. It's only black people to accept that we are strong. One thing that is failing us is that we don't accept that we are strong as black people and we can make it. That's what we don't accept. We just living under some chain, But we need to accept that when we are united, we can work, we can do on our own terms, we can win, we can build our countries on our own terms without any assistance from the white people. That's what we need to believe. But all in all, this video was about this Jew rabbi accepting and admitting the true identity of black people, or true identity of black Americans. And I love it. I love it. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Until next episode, let me say peace be with you.